Hey guys, so I know I touched on this in my last video where I mentioned long distance. And I know that online dating and long distance have some differences and I will explain them later in the video. But yeah, I pretty much wanted this to be a video on its own instead of being briefly mentioned in the last one. Now let's be honest, the idea of like traditional dates and asking people out has pretty much diminished. Pretty much to people being chronically online. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with online dating. I mean, it pretty much revolutionized how we meet people these days. But the amount of challenges and hardships that come with it makes you wonder if it's even worth it. Now trust me, this video is not about shitting on online daters. I'm actually going to give tips on how to build a healthy relationship with your partner. Before that though, I don't think I need to remind any of you about this, but please be aware of catfishes. With online dating, there isn't really any way to fully guarantee the other person's identity unless you do video calls and all that, so please make sure to find out everything about the person you're romantically interested in. One of the most important parts that play in online dating is consistency. No one likes it when a relationship ends after the honeymoon phase. So you need to find ways to stay consistent with your partner. Set aside time for each other, have frequent calls, even just messaging would suffice. As long as there is a connection on the daily, you'll ensure a stronger relationship. And as crazy or stupid as this might sound, you will need to plan dates, whether it be watching a movie or a TV show or cooking together on video call. All of these niche things are truly helpful and heartwarming in my opinion. Now in my last video I talked about how you should be mentally prepared. An online relationship will have ups and downs. It will have longing for your partner, and you need to be prepared for that pain of not being able to hold your lover. It requires patience and being positive. And on top of that, it isn't always smooth sailing. You need to be ready for days where you genuinely might think it won't work out. But you should never let those days affect your vision of the future. Since you aren't there face to face, you need good understanding of each other and good communication. You need to address your issues openly and honestly. Now, while online dating is pretty much all about having digital connections, balancing it with your normal life is very important. You shouldn't let it overshadow your real life responsibilities. It's important to maintain a balance, make time for hobbies and self-care. This will help you not face the tragic burnout and keeps your relationship from getting overwhelming. And then there's setting realistic expectations. Your relationship will not be perfect, which is why you need to set expectations and hopes. This helps prevent misunderstandings and tons of arguments, and it keeps you both on the same page. Now, coping with the long distance aspect of online dating can be pretty tough, but planning visits and setting goals can help you through that. Long distance requires creativity. A big part as well is to celebrate the small things, because every small step in an online relationship is a victory. You're still surviving without the aspects of a normal relationship, where people can meet and touch. So acknowledging and celebrating these milestones serve as a reminder of your progress and keep you motivated. Safety and privacy tie back to the catfish part I mentioned earlier. Be careful to not share too much too quickly. They really don't need to know your address and social security number. Now, if your online relationship evolves into a long-term one and becomes serious, it's important to discuss your future openly. Align your goals and build a foundation that will last until the day you both move in. This is probably the hardest thing to manage if you're dating someone of a different culture or time zone. Understanding and accommodating these differences is key. You need to be ready to give up hours of sleep to make it work. I know this contradicts what I said earlier about self-care and not getting burnt out, but in this case, both sides need to sacrifice. You need to be open to learning about each other's backgrounds and be willing to fit each other's needs. Now we move on to how to deal with arguments. Misunderstandings will happen, especially when talking online. You need to learn how to be patient with each other, and please, no fucking silent treatment. That's like the easiest way to make any relationship go to shit. When addressing misunderstandings, do it softly, clear any confusion, and make up. Now this depends differently on each person, but it's still deadly for anyone, which is jealousy and insecurity. Just because you see your partner spending time with someone else doesn't mean that they're done with you or cheating on you. But that doesn't mean that you should suppress those feelings. If you're feeling jealous or insecure, then you need to be open about it. Suppressing it will only make you overthink, and that could lead to something disastrous like a breakup. Now I already did a video on breakups, but I'll still mention it here. Not every online relationship will work out, and that's okay. If you find that the relationship isn't meeting your needs, then it's better to end it than continue on with something you clearly don't want. It's important to move on positively. Breakups fucking suck, but there are also opportunities for growth. Take time to heal and reflect, and take it as a lesson for the future.